Okay, so the next thing I'd like to do is to make my heading a little bit more dynamic as well, because if I'm able to select, say, just Jan to June, I'd like my heading to update to say this dashboard is showing Jan to June data. So let's create a little bit of dynamic text. So we'll just pop it on our first page here. So the first cell I want in my label will be the first month, which will always be in cell A4. And then I'm going to concatenate some other text to that month. And we use the ampersand sign to join text, and whatever text we put in must be in double quotes unless it's text already in a cell like the Jan text is. And then we'll use offset to find the last row in our pivot table, which contains our last month. So the first reference point is A4. I'm not going to go into detail on offset. It's quite a complicated function to get your head around. Once you do, you'll see it's really powerful, and I do have a tutorial on my blog for offset, so go and check it out if you're not familiar with it. Right, so I'm going to use count R to count the number of rows for my next argument for offset. Now I'm just going to select more rows than are in my pivot table, and that just allows for future growth. So I'll count R, and then I need to minus, oops, actually I need -2 there, and then I'm not using any columns. Okay, right, so now our piece of text here simply says Jan to June. I can join that to this, oops, this text here. So I'm going to use a formula for that. Oops. Right, I'll put a space on the end, and I'm going to link and choose this cell here. So now my heading is dynamic. As I select different months, this automatically updates in line with the selections that I've made in my slicer.